Hello students, today we are going to learn about determinants. Every square matrix of certain order we associate a number is called a determinant. Let square matrix A equal to A1, A2, B1, B2. Then we represent a determinant by symbolically we express determinant like this symbol. Remember, in case of matrix, we just calculate the corresponding elements of a matrix. There is no particular value in case of matrix, but in case of determinant, we get a particular numeric value. If we multiply these two, a1 b2 and minus this one a2 b1, this is the value of the determinant. So we can say a determinant has its particular value. For example, 3, 2, 1 minus 2 is a determinant. We call it determinant of order 2 because 2 rows and 2 columns are there. Actually, determinant always be in the square form. If the number of rows are 3, if the number of rows are 3, 1, 2, 3, and the number of column must be 3, because as we said, determinant always be in square form. That is, number of rows are always equal to number of columns. We call it determinant of order 3 and we call it determinant of order 2. Let us find out the value of this determinant. The value of this determinant is 3 2s are 6 minus 1 2s are 2 means 4. Let me say what are the three basic differences between determinants and matrix. Matrix symbolically, first of all, symbolically matrix represented by first bracket or third bracket, or sometimes it is also represented within this symbol. But in case of determinant, we represent it by this symbol and elements will be there. Secondly, in case of matrix, we can't find any particular value. We just write the matrix like this. If we add another matrix with this -1 5 6 1, then we can write 2 7 10 7. We can't find it particular value by a simplification. But in case of determinant, if you write a determinant like this, you can find a particular value like 3 into 6, 18 minus 8 results in 10. In brief, we can say by simplifying a determinant we can get a particular value, but in case of matrix we never get a particular value. The resultant matrix always be in matrix form. The third difference is a matrix can be square or rectangular like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, which is a matrix of order 2 cross 3 because there are 2 rows and 3 columns. But in case of determinant, it always be in square form. Whatever it is, 2 cross 2 or 3 cross 3, it never be a rectangular form. What I mean to say, a matrix may be like this: 2, 3, 6, 9, 8, 7, or like this 2, 6, 3, 9, which is in rectangular form, which is in square form. But in case of determinant, it always be a square form like this. Expansion of determinant. Expansion of determinant means, we already said a determinant has its particular value. In order to find out particular value, we have to apply certain method. We already said in case of second order determinant like 2, 3, 6, 9, we find the value of this determinant by multiplying 9 2s are 18 and 3 6 are 18, results in 0. So the value of the determinant is 0. It is very simple to expand a determinant of order 2. But how to expand a third order determinant? Expansion of third order determinant. Take a third order determinant like this: D equal to A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. We can expand a third order determinant in 6 ways because 3 rows 1, 2, 3 and 3 column 1, 2, 3, 3 columns are there. We can expand it with respect to the first row, second row, third row, first column, second column and third column. Now I am showing how to expand this determinant with respect to first row. Expanding with respect to first row. Look very carefully. Element, this element, the first element, I am writing the first element A1. Now suppress this row and this column. What are the remaining part of the determinant? This is the remaining part: B1, B2, B3, C2, C3. Now put a negative sign and then B1 means second element of the first row. Now suppress the first row and second column, that means the row and column that contain this element. If you suppress this row and this column, the remaining part is A2, A3, C2, C3 plus C1, that means third element of this first row. Now if we suppress this row and this column, that means the row and column containing this element, then the remaining part is this one, A2, A3, B2, B3. Now we have to do the same thing what we have done in case of expansion of the second order determinant. So B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus B1 into A2 C3 minus A3 C2. Next plus C1 into A2 B3 minus A3 B2. If you calculate this part, then you will get the result of the determinant, which is the value of the determinant. Let us take another example. Minus 1, 2, 3, 1, minus 2, 3, 1, 2, minus 3. Expanding with respect to first column, we are going to expand this determinant with respect to the first column. So first element of the first column is minus 1. So minus 1, the row and column will be suppressed that contains this element. This and this will be suppressed. So the remaining part is minus 2, 3, 2, minus 3. Next put a negative sign, minus, then 2, second element of the first column, 2. Suppress row and column containing this element. So the remaining part is this line off and this line off, 1, 3, 1, minus 3. Next, third element of the first column is 3. The row and column containing 3 will be suppressed. Remaining part is 1 minus 2, 1, 2, 1 minus 2 and 1, 2. Now as usual, 6 minus 6 minus 2 minus 3 minus 3 plus 3 2 plus 2 minus 1 into 0 minus 2 into minus 6 plus 3 into 4, 12 plus 12 results in 24. This is the numeric value of this determinant. I have already shown you how to expand the determinant with respect to first row and first column. You can expand the determinants with respect to second row, second column, third row and third column also. For this purpose, you have to memorize this symbol plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus. But usually we expand a determinant with respect to first row and first column. Now minors and cofactors. A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 C1, C2, C3 is the determinant of order 3. Now every element of this determinant has its own minor and cofactor. Let me make you understand what is called minor and what is called cofactor. In order to find out minor of this element A1, minor of A1 equal to B2, B3, C2, C3. That is, you have to suppress the row and column that contains this element. So minor of A1 is this part. Now minor of B1 is, you have to suppress this row and this column, that is the row and column that contain B1. So the minor of B1 equal to, suppress this part and this part, so A2, A3, C2, C3. Similarly, minor, suppose we are going to find out minor of B2. So minor of B2 equal to, you have to suppress the row and column that contain this element. Now suppress this row and this column, you will get A1, A3 and C1, C3. So minor of B2 equal to A1, A3, C1, C3. I think you clearly understood what is called minor of a particular element of a determinant. Now cofactor of A1. Cofactor of A1 is nothing but the minor along with its proper sign. What is proper sign? Already I have written plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus. These are the positional symbol of cofactor. So cofactor of A1 equal to B2, B3, C2, C3. Observe, in that case minor and cofactor are same because the sign is positive sign. So there is no difference between minor and cofactor in that case. Now cofactor of B1, look the position of B1. Position of B1, there is negative sign. So negative sign and its minor A2, A3, C2, C3. This is the cofactor. Let us find out the cofactor of B2. The minor of B2 equal to A1, A3, C1, C3. As earlier we have find this. Now see the sign of this element is positive. So in that case also the minor and cofactor are similar. I think you understood everything about minor and cofactor. Now at home, find out the numeric value of the determinant, that is, try to expand the determinant and find out the minor and cofactor. No more today. I wish you all the best.